So I am about to leave and go to Boston tomorrow. So I kind of want to set my goals and my expectations. Not expectations, but just what at least my bottom line is. Speaking of that, what I just said right now, expectations. How does that work, right? So I feel like if I set a certain expectation for this trip, or I'm like, hey, like this is what I expect it to be, the only place you can really go from there is disappointment. Most of the times, like, what are the chances? But if you set your expectations to where it's a borderline, I feel like then it's like if you get slided past that, maybe you'll be like, no, I'm not okay with this level. Because I feel like there has to be a certain level of where you're not okay with anything, because then it's like where does that stop? I don't know. I think maybe that's a move, maybe not. It would just be what I'm trying to understand now is there has to be a balance between like content and comfort and a push for better. So maybe it's not necessarily a push for better for myself, and maybe it can be a push for better for society or something, but it cannot just be full contentness because then I think what that kind of states is that everything is about me. Like I'm happy, I'm content. So I don't really care if other people aren't content, I'm content. So who cares? But I guess the counter argument to that would be like, hey, like if I'm content the way I go about my life, that in itself will positively impact the people around me. But I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, like the way, at least right now, I could be wrong. I could see the argument against it. But the way I think of it now is like, it's kind of like lazy, where it's like, I don't really want to help other people. So I'm just going to say just the way I am is helping other people. But this book has been changing my life. It's called The Body. Um, I really like science now, man. Like I didn't like science growing up, so I gotta think exactly what it is that has changed. But see, I think the idea that science, math, all these things are something that is not completed yet and that is continually being added to every year for the last thousands of years makes it a more ongoing process and something that's like complete and we're just kind of like looking back at. To me, that's boring. Like, let's say science is done and I'm just reading it to learn it. I feel like that doesn't incite the same spark in me as in, hey, this is still growing, catch up to speed, and then you can add to it. For some reason, that interests me a little more because it seems like something that's more like I can add to it. It's not done. But this book just talks about how, like, even up to the 20th century, like everything in science was awful. Like people were sticking needles up people's eyes to get to the brain. Like he was talking about how even now we don't know how most things work, how smell works, how pain works, how most things about the body we still have no idea, which is very humbling. Oftentimes you read stuff, it's so easy to think like we know everything and we're on top of everything, but then you read these things, it's like this is the stuff we don't know, and it's a lot. And like when you learn what you don't know, it really shows you like where we are, as humans, and no, it's not some sort of like super being. We're still very much constrained by we lost 500,000 Americans to COVID. Like we are not in some super being yet. But I thought that was really cool to kind of just like get humbled, and really get me motivated to be excited to be a scientist and a researcher because that's what I want to be. I want to be a scientist more than anything. In the way of my thoughts, in the way of the extensive process of research and questioning and whatever I do, I definitely want to implement that. And I'm super excited to go to masters because I feel refilled and refreshed from this last couple months, and just I feel ready to zone in, focus, and really nail it. Like I'm ready. Like I feel very like energized. So I'm excited for that. But in Boston, this next month and a half, I really want to spend my time well, and well meaning I want to read, want to practice saxophone, workout, exercise. Here are the three main pillars: get your body right, get your mind right, get your spirituality right. Body right looks like yoga, stretching, cardio, working out. Your mind right looks like reading, singing again, but reading, singing, saxophone, all there. Your body right would just be working out and yoga and that stuff. Your mind right would be saxophone, singing, reading, chess. Spirituality right looks like meditation, yoga. They're all kind of like together. It's not like one or the other. They're all kind of together. But I need to get those three right. Everything else comes after, but those three are the most important: spirituality, mind, and body. So I want to focus a lot on those. Eating right, just more focus on myself. And while doing that, working all that, I just get better every trip. I'm getting better at time management, getting ready, better at doing multiple things at the same time. Um, like I went on this trip this weekend. I saw a bunch of live animals. I haven't seen animals in a minute, but I saw a bunch of horses. Like it's been a long time actually since I saw so many animals, and you're just like, wow, like to this animal, whether I died or lived or whatever, it wouldn't make a single difference. Someone was like, "Hey, would you sacrifice 1,000 horses for one Gautam?" You're not give a fuck. Like one, it would say, "Hey, would you kill yourself for 10,000 people?" It doesn't care. And it was just, I don't know. It was humbling in that to that animal, I mean nothing, and to me, that animal doesn't mean much. So it's like very mutual. It's not like I'm a super being, and the horse also does not give a fuck about me. And being reminded that constantly has been helping me just like cool down my ego, cool down my massive, it's so small that now it's nothing. It's no longer, I don't even care about those things anymore. But being reminded constantly, like, hey, these things don't matter. Take life slowly, enjoy it, find your niche, and thrive is kind of just what I hear a lot now and what I see a lot in. But yeah, man, I'm excited. This trip will be very different. I'll be around adults. Um, I'm excited for sobriety, month and a half. It'll be nice, like whatever, just get my mind straight. Get my life together, man. Every month is this new start to get your life together. Every month has been a new start, new start, new start. It's lit. It's like unlimited new starts. I'm like a cat for 9 lives. I got a new life every month. I'm a new person every month. I can reinvent myself, who I am, who I talk to, how I talk, what are my passions, what are my hobbies, what I like to do in my free time. Every month I can change it if I want. And I really like feeling that powerful. But at the end of the day, nothing matters as long as your health is not okay. So you got to make sure your health is on top before any of the other things. Be grateful every day you wake up and your breath is working, and your stomach feels good, and your gut feels good, and your lungs are working, and your blood's flowing, and you can stretch, and you can reach, and your body parts are working, mind's working, everything, man. Every morning you get up, be like, damn, I'm thankful for that. Like it could all be gone, you know. Um, I have everything. Everything I have from now is just success. So really living in that state of gratefulness is definitely the move. Um, and in chess, man, I want to get better at losing. Like every time I lose, use this opportunity to be like, this is a game I get to learn. When I win, don't learn, enjoy it. When I win, sit back and enjoy the fact that you won. When you lose, enjoy the fact that you get to learn. Either way, there should be enjoyment, winning or losing. You lose a lot, it sets you up to win, but learn. If you don't learn, then there's no point in losing. If you don't get one thing better from every game, there's no point in losing. That game I just played, what did you learn? That check if they make a move, see why they made that move. There's always another move that it's never independent. There's always joined moves. You should have seen that. So now you know. Now you know that end game. Like there's small things you'll learn, man. You're getting better every day. You're improving on these crafts, on these. Life's beautiful, and you are improving. You're getting better. Um, but yeah, man, I'm excited to go to school again. Get it together. My mouth dance move. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll catch you next time I talk to you. I'll be in Big B. Good luck.